mean, you look at all the other religions out there, they don't have an explanation for why anything is, why there's something rather than nothing. The only one that does is the Bible.
God gave me a new life, new creation, change fashion, new sight, and more passion. It can happen to you too, like it happened to me.
Now, this is not our own words. We don't come in our own authority. We come with the message of the Holy Bible. There's a reason why it is the most sold out book in the entire world. It has gone throughout the entire planet Earth, and quite frankly, it's continually changing lives every single day. Well, hello everyone. We are Rise for Christ. We are a group of individuals from a variety of churches with a specific message. That message that we have to share for you tonight has three main legs: Jesus, family, law, and order. We're going to start off with some worship music here for you guys, just to bless you in the background, and we just hope that you would hear the message that we have to share tonight.
I lift my eyes up to your throne. We are more than conquerors through Christ. You have overcome this world, this life. We will not bow to sin or to shame. We are defiant in your name. You are the fire that cannot be tamed. You are the power in our veins, our Lord, our God, our conqueror.
If you're hearing my voice and you're hearing all of us up here and you're hearing all of our testimonies, it's because God's drawing you closer. You know, he's drawing you to him. He wants you to hear him. He wants to hear his voice. He wants to have a relationship with you.
We have good news for you guys. Like, there's a reason why you're here tonight. There's a reason why you're hearing my voice. And it's because God is trying to get your attention. And I know God gets our attention in many different ways. And one of the ways he can do it is he can have people come to the park on a Friday night and share with you some things that could change your life.
Christ suffered a lot, you know what I'm saying? We suffered the same thing, but I mean, yeah.
And I can tell you, I've tried it all. I've been money, I've had the money, I've had the fame, I've had, a lot of the successes that most people want, and it never satisfies. You have a God-shaped hole in your heart, and all that stuff just continues to make you feel more and more empty. And truly, only Jesus can satisfy that God-shaped hole. And so we're offering you guys an invitation to join into God's family, and you start a relationship with him.
He shared with me Matthew 7, and it said, not everyone who comes to me on that day and says, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of heaven, right? And I'm going to stand there and I'm going to be like, God, well, didn't I go to church? Didn't I feed that homeless dude on the corner? Didn't I give him $20 that one time? Didn't I come out here and preach the gospel to people? And he's going to be and look at me and say, I never knew you. Depart from me, you workers of lawlessness. So when I read that, well, because he had me read it, this guy was so bold to let me read the scripture. He said, hey, read this. And when I read it, it just hit me. I don't know who Jesus Christ is, right? And on that day, he's going to look at me and say, Ray, I never knew you. So I realized that I needed a relationship with Christ. So I surrendered my life about a couple weeks later to him. And And now, what Christ is doing in my life is He showed me what it means to have a relationship. Just being in the Word every day, being in constant fellowship with my brothers, right? Acts 2:42. We live in constant fellowship, and He allowed me to have a beautiful family. Man, He just brought me out of the grave for real. So I was digging my own pit, and what happened was Jesus Christ saved me from my own self. I was in my own pit, digging it deeper, and He pulled me out that grave and He gave me life.
Who was I before? I was a sinner. I was a hateful person. I was a lustful person. I wasn't envious, but I was super prideful. I loved money. I knew I wasn't saved deep in my heart. I knew where I was going. And I had to be honest with myself. And that night I was honest with myself and I surrendered. So, what God is doing for my life now is something that I never thought I would live to see. I never thought that I would give my life to the Lord completely. And yeah.
So He's reaching out to you. I beg you not to ignore this opportunity. Don't ignore God. Take the time to understand what life is all about, what your purpose in life is, and God will fulfill that. He'll fulfill the needs and the loneliness and the rejection and the depression that's out there. And He'll fill you with purpose and joy and peace that's from Him. His presence, God's presence, will invade your life, and that's what will transform you.
So we stand for these three things: Jesus, family, law and order. And we just thank you guys for giving us the privilege of being able to speak this truth to you tonight.
In my Father's house, there's a place for me. I'm a child of God, a child of God. I'm a child of God. Yes, I am.
Amen.